Today we're gonna talk about dailies first. Let's knock that out. Let's knock that out because I haven't did them yet, and they haven't refreshed yet. They refresh in about 2-3 hours. All right. How to knock out these the fast. First, the one thing I would say you do, you start off with the LFG. You do a quick match. I would say siege, and when you knock that siege out, you just like somebody. You knock out two dailies right there. You like somebody at the end, and then you do two more sieges because you're gonna need sieges. I would say farm the level 71 of any one of that week, until you get two more, and then you knock out the third daily, and then I think by the time you're done with the third, if you're a sword class or a bow, you should already have defeated 80 enemies, and that defeats all your dailies for that day, which is actually crazy that it happens that fast. I think you'll be done if you're doing sieges. You'll be done within 15 minutes, maybe 20, with all your dailies. Uh, the next one, your weekly, is gonna be a little harder. You have to probably do a couple skirmishes for sure. You do need 10 right off the bat of any level. Sieges, you should already have that done if you did your dailies. Siegeway, five optional. This is actually one of the hardest for tanks to do. Five optional quests of pure platinum. You gotta pick the ones that are just easy for tanks. But yeah, optional courses. You just help friends. You should be able to knock this one out. 20 optional is very easy. This one's a little harder. Craft three items because some people are just like some people are hoarding gear and they don't never want to craft. I get that you want to get the end game, but if you power and leveling, I would say craft as much as you can when you are in the jam. Not just don't craft a full set of gear. Craft one item. You know, keep leveling. Craft another item. Keep leveling, etc., etc. Enhancing gear is another thing. If you're a hoarder, I know there's a lot of hoarders in this game. For some reason, there's like a big trend of people hoarding gear to the end game, hoarding resources to the end game. In the end game, you're gonna be able to farm resources so fast it won't matter. So I don't know. I saw a few people. You know, I'm not gonna hate on them, but I would say enhance this weekly as much as do your weeklies as much as possible, and it's gonna give you a lot of money. And then you'll get 50 grand. You plus you'll get this little the consumable booster plus the resources that it come with, which is amazing for end game. These weekly give you a lot of resources for end game. I would say do them as much as possible. Um, that's about it for that. Seasonal, I finished the pure plat, which is this one's the easiest one to do. The 50 sieges is easiest one to do if you farm sieges. It's easy one to do. This one is hard. Craft 50 items. Like I said, if you're a hoarder, it's gonna be the hardest one to do because you want to save the end game. But all the rest of them, you can see the numbers on them. I'm close. I'm like halfway there. I'm only 20 quests away from this one. The warlords are one of the hardest ones. You gotta literally find warlords. I'm not, warlords are and infamouses are different. I'm not sure what they consider what a warlord is yet. I killed 7 of them though. Infamouses are random. I'm gonna go infamous hunting one of these days, and that's that one. Okay. You press start by the way. You can go to progress to get to this menu. Here's orders. I would say always click on 6 orders every time you sign in. You might randomly kill these things and not know. And look at that. I get 15 ceramics from this one. And this is it says kill Galu berserkers, and that one's in the sieges. So you just go to sieges, kill 10 of them, and you can farm at the same time. Uh, Combat, you see all my progress. I'm doing pretty well. I will say my progresses and stuff. Almost got all trophies. For all people who don't know, the battle pass is free for 81 days from this video forward. I'm pretty sure this is only going to be the only battle pass for those 81 days. I feel like they're going to literally give us one battle pass for 81 days, and after that, it's probably going to be another season where they're going to make us pay for it. So I know it's a lot of turn off for people. Just letting you guys know that is what it is right now. Um, you might not like it, but I feel like it's a give and take. For the lack of content it has right now is not worth $60. I'll say that as well. I feel like it's worth 30. But I needed a game, man. I needed it, and I feel like this gave me what I needed at the time. So I'm still playing it. I'm 88, maybe 90 hours in. So if that means anything, oh, now we're gonna talk about builds. Let's kick it off right with builds. There's a lot of people saying there's not builds in this game. There's a lot of people saying Meta doesn't exist in this game, and some people saying coffins don't exist. Uh, I'm the Fusion build. I mean the Fusion fraction. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel like people should see this. The diamond is what the game gives you. The first coffin is to be the diamond shape. Um, it's the best one for the Fusians. Reason why is because the tether pulls you closer to an enemy. It also gives you multi-hit if you want to run multi-hit with the winged sun. If you don't know what that is, I'll show you in a second. It gain more multi-hit if you use the winged sun with the first coffin it gives you. Relentless Wrath is another good one. You land one critical, it boosts your critical hit chance for 8 seconds. My build doesn't need this because it already built critical by itself. But this is just in case you don't, if you need crit and crit bonuses, this will give it to you. This is another one. Every time I dodge, it boosts my hit damage for 15 seconds. Perform a well-timed move. It also gives me hit chance. I think that is amazing if you are running a dodge build, which I am. And then there's this one, uh, passive boost, SP regen, which is mana regen. Kill an enemy, instantly restore a portion of your SP. That's broken for this build. That's why it's good to have a coffin that complements your build that you're already using. Because I have plenty of enhancements, enchantments I would call it. Actually, that's what the game calls it. That gives me the same stat as that. Um, but it says use if I use my soul ball, it also boosts my SP mana regen basically for 5 seconds. That's what this coffin does. It's very common, very straightforward. But if you use the second coffin you can get for this class, it's more balanced. It's more like, let's take this off and put it on like something like this. Yeah, this one right here. This one right here is also you deal damage to. Well, you basically every time you soul, you pull something or you run through something, it will do damage to them. I think that's not really useful at all because as a sword class, you're trying to dodge, you're trying to run fast, you're trying to dash past enemies. You're not trying to run into them. So I feel like this one is kind of useless. But maybe you running some type of like two swords, two arrow builds, and you're running around constantly. Maybe you run into enemies sometimes. Maybe that might be good for you. But there's builds that do use certain things like that. But I'm not sure for this class, for this fraction. But this one right here, start a new chapter, boost your attack speed for 20 seconds. Sometimes in some of these maps, as soon as you get there, the monsters will attack you. So sometimes this is like right on, spot on. It boosts your critical hit chance too, which is amazing. Take damage. You take damage within 10% of lesser HP. You get gradually more HP. Sometimes this is a last minute thing. I would say the first coffin is better than this because it stops you from dying from a one hit, and this one just gives you health a little bit. But some monsters hit like 10% of your health, maybe more. So I don't think this one is that useful. But it boosts your attack speed. Maybe you're a little tankier than I am. My build is very weak on armor, which is this class necessarily doesn't have a lot of armor. But you could build an armory tanky sword build if you wanted to. It just will take away from your crit chance probably, or maybe it will even take away from your regen. Because if you got more armor, you have more health, and you have less regen and less mana. So it's a give and take. So if you want to do that type of build, you can use something like this. Um, Here's another good one. You receive a random buff every time you tether to something, which is broken. Like I said, it boosts your stagger damage to damage dealt to enemies as well, which is also good. And it also gain resistance to stagger effects. That's kind of one of the broken things in this game, getting resistant to all stagger effects. I think that's pretty amazing. If you want to run something like that, if you want to run a tank build for swords, like a berserker or something like that, this would probably be the best one right here. And then this, the support, the booster, the defensive one. Decrease damage taken for all allies within close proximity. Increases your maximum HP. I feel like that one's, like I said, for a tankier sword build, this one probably be. And this one probably had lacks in damage though, unless you got some crazy gear. Maybe you have damage and tank. Who knows? Only you will know when you create that type of build. Killing an enemy with SP regen. This is also, that's what I like using. Overclock module. It's like really useful for this build. Killing something and also receiving something at the same time, because you kill pretty fast with this build. Active while an ally within 10 meters of guards you, boosts the range damage. This one you can actually get on armor, which is kind of amazing, actually. Yep, you can get this one on armor. And I don't think you need to actually run this. Now that I'm reading this, you actually need to run this. Because if you run this and somebody else is getting this without this coffin, you kind of feel ashamed, to be honest. And this one probably would be best. This is more of a tank build for the Husians. So Husians can be tanks, basically, if you run this build. Um, let's move on. Those are the builds, well, coffins that, I wouldn't say there are builds. They're just complements to builds. They're perks to builds if you run them correctly. Alright, so back to what I do. This is not meta, this build that I'm running right now. Um, some would say it will be, because of what I'm running. But I've seen better. I've seen better enhancements. I've seen luckier people. I've seen bow users just knock my luck out of the water. So, I'm going to show you what this is. Let's run it. Okay. So, what this build is SP regen, crit hit, lifesteal, dodge, crit chance. Every time I dodge, it boosts my crit damage. And it has tons of nearby enemy SP regen. So, the more enemies around me, just like Kill Bill, I'm gonna run through the whole room. So I'm gonna show you what makes this build tick. Um, I'm gonna tell you first the bad things about this build, because we need to talk about that first. Because I see a lot of people on Twitch, etc. They don't know what to do. They think everything is good. They think everything is just working just because they have it on. I don't know why, but as you can see, I have patterns on my build. I have detail. So let's get to it. I'm running this aerial collar because this build, if you run a whole full noble set, which you will see a lot of people wearing, a full noble set, um, it has no mana whatsoever. It will have like, without this helmet on me right now, I would have like 93 mana. So every time I do 7 moves, I have no mana. But my regen was trying to catch up. And sometimes my regen can't catch up because I'm running out so fast, and enemies will hit you. If you run out of mana, enemies will hit you on the ground, and now you're taking damage getting up, you're taking damage coming down, and your build will be lackluster, to be honest with you. So I ran this build, this helmet, because this is the only helmet. Actually, let me show you in the gear settings. This is the only helmet for this class that gives you flat mana. And we can check right here, show you what I mean. So this one right here is more so for archers, 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 and then you get to the swords. And you see SP regen, which is mana regen in this game. So you'll see that most of these helmets only give me that. And this is the only one that gives flat mana. And you'll see another one. This is another one right here. This is the 4th one. And that just gives you SP regen. I don't know why it's built like that, but here's the tanks. The tanks have no mana regen whatsoever, but this one, the Berserker one. So everyone has like a build like that. I'm not even sure if the archers do. Oh, the archers have something similar too. Okay, well that makes sense. Okay, so now you kind of understand why this helmet is important to this build. Without mana, you can't spam moves, and without spamming moves, you can't kill fast. So you need to run something off balance. You don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be the helmet. But if you run in like a Fusion build, I would advise you to wear something that'll give you at least 200 plus mana. It doesn't have to be Noble, it doesn't have to be Arrow. But if you could find another item of some sort that'll give you enough mana, which is Spirit in this game, run it. I would say you need to, actually. It's like a mandatory thing. You have to have 200 plus. If you do not have 200 plus, you will take a lot of faults. Like, I'm telling you. So let's talk about this build though. I found these gloves early. It was like maybe 113 when I found these gloves. I boosted them up, melded them to 150. We get right into them. You perform a well-timed move, which is a well-timed combo or a well-timed dodged. It'll boost my critical hit damage, which is amazing. Every time I do one, also receive HP. Also receive reduce my critical hit damage if I fail a well-timed move, which doesn't matter because I still do ton of damage. So every time this glove penalties me every time I'm not doing good enough, which I'll take. I'll take. Reason why? Because every time I land a 3 critical hits, it boosts my SP regen for all allies around me, which is amazing for my team. And if you have ally near me and my ally lands 10 critical hits, it instantly restores a portion of SP to all party members, which is amazing. It's like a team gloves. And then land one crit, instantly restore a portion of your SP to all allies. So these are like team gloves. That's the reason why I wear them. And it also helps me. So what's broken about this helmet, I got very lucky. Like I said, there's more people luckier than me. But every time I land 5 critical, this is the base thing for this helmet. It restores a portion of your SP. That's what I wanted. The chest piece has a knockback, immortality. Basically, it helps you not get knocked back so much. This one has land, a critical hit. Land aerial attacks, and you get a portion of SP back. But this is land one crit, instantly restore a portion of HP, and it's level 2, so it's like from 25 to 75 HP it gives me every time I land a crit. Land 20 consecutive hits on any enemy nearby, boosts a crit area, which is I've been seeing lately. I never noticed until it was too late that I was summoning crit areas, but people were actually standing in and using. Only archers was though, not melee people, but it's quite useful. I wish I could re-roll this though. I don't really want it. But here's another one. Land one crit to a nearby ally, boost all critical damage for 8 seconds. So every time I have a teammate, it makes me stronger. And there's my chest piece. It's wonderful. It's another one. Use 5 spectral attacks, 75% or more. It boosts my SP and damage dealt from my special attacks, which is amazing because that's all I spam with this build. 20 consecutive hits, instantly restore a portion of my HP, which the other one does SP. This one does HP. You can see the build here. Don't dash for 10 seconds. It boosts my SP, which is like my mana regen. Every time I attack something, it gives me HP. So you see what I'm saying? The build, dash for 8 seconds, gradually regenerate HP. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like the build is just like a vampire basically. And then we're gonna get back into it to why it's such a vampire. The first weapon I've been leveling up now. It's 9, finna be 10, probably hopefully today. SP 80% or higher, boost spectral attack damage with this weapon, which is great. Land a combo finisher. Critical hit chance with this weapon is boost for 5 seconds. 2 or more enemies nearby me gradually get SP regen, which is, like I said, amazing. And kill an enemy, instantly restore a portion of HP. Funny thing is about this one right here, I have it on all weapons, I believe. Look at that. Kill an enemy, restore, restore HP to all nearby allies. So I'm healing people. Here's another one, the same thing. Kill 3 enemies, regenerate HP around you. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's healing people. So every time I kill something, it heals everybody around me. So this is another necklace. I wish I had a better necklace than this, but this one maximizes my SP. When I first started this build, I didn't have SP, so I put money into this because it'll increase it. So I don't know how much it increased it by, but it's level 2. Here's also SP regen right here, and if my SP is 50% or lower, it drains my SP. But seeing that this build has so much regen, it would never be under 50%. Even if it does, I'll show you why. It doesn't really matter. 50% or lower HP. It taking damage regenerates, SP, which is also good. Take damage decreases damage taken for the next incoming blow, which is amazing. That's the first time I've seen that stat. Actually, this stat right here is very rare. I don't know how I got it. I got lucky. This is another consecutive one. This is kill an enemy boosts hit chance, critical hit chance, which is amazing. Landing 5 critical hits boosts attack speed, which is amazing. Killing enemy boosts crit hit, which is amazing. So you can see. But here's the broken thing. This is broken. This is what I said the other perk that you saw on my other one, my first one, my necklace, doesn't matter. Because this one gradually gives me SP, take damage, or lose a portion of SP. I lose a portion of SP every time I take damage, which it doesn't matter, like I said, because I regenerate so much. But here, look, boost SP regen. See what I'm saying? It's a positive and negative. That one's level 1. This one's level 1. So they negate itself. Here's a better one though. Look, taking damage gives me SP. Increasing every time I take damage, it gives me more SP. And this one right here, land 20 consecutive hits, instantly restore SP. So it's just constantly giving me SP. So in the gates itself, and also gives me three. Basically, it's like three pros, one con. So that now you kind of get the build. I'm running this bow. I would say you can run a shield. A shield may be better because you want to parry. You want to make sure something ain't just hitting you. But knowing me, I'm just stubborn. I'm running this because it kind of one-shots things. It lands crits so easily. It has one con on it. Every time I land a hit with this, I lose a portion of HP, which doesn't matter because I'm a lifesteal build. I'm actually gonna try to increase that on the 22nd of March. But every time I perfect dodge, it boosts my critical hit chance, and enemies around me reduce hit. If there's one or more enemies around me, so I gotta shoot from a long distance. It's a sniper build for this, which is cool because sometimes you fight things in this it's super far away from you and can't hit you. So this bow is perfect for that. Land 3 critical hits, boost knockback damage, which is amazing for a bow. And no enemies nearby me. If I hold this bow out and there's no enemies nearby me, I get SP regen, which is just like my necklace. I mean, just like my earrings. But if I hold the bow out, just hold it, I get SP regen, which is broken to me. Like if I'm just passive, I just get so much regen. But yeah, that's the build. So there's builds that exist in this game. So it's a lot of people who are saying they don't. Here you are. And you can see that I'm running 3 of the same thing because they give me so much SP. So we're going to run this build where everybody's farming at so I can show you how the build works. And we're going to call that the video. We got to make it real, cute and sweet, short and nimble. Everybody's farming this right now, this siege. Sometimes you can barely find matches. That's where I'm starting my own. So even if they don't join, I'll be able to show you guys. Because right now the game's having very much problems with population. As you can see, only one person in front of me. Normally, some lobbies are full, HQs are full. Some of them are one or two people. You could also have a private HQ in this game, which is awesome. It's also alt friendly. It's also like everything you see up, the money up there is on all my characters. My username is on all my characters, and yeah, you kind of get the idea. Like it's very alt friendly. Actually, oh, I just started it. I wanted to solo it. I wanted to solo it so I could show you guys the build like in real action. But I got 2 other people that just started with me. These probably new people because they running a new emblem. So it's fine. We'll see what they can do. So I'm going to show you what this build can do. So first thing you want to do in every scenario, if something's shooting energy balls at you that take your SP, you want to either dodge it by pressing R1 or whatever key you might use for dodge, or you want to jump over them. And these have a booze in them, so they always shooting something at you. Intriguing. Alright, so you can see that some people's builds are just random, which is fine. Because in the early game you're gonna be running a lot of randomness. But if you like find something that's super rare and super good, keep it till endgame. Favorite it with triangle and keep it to endgame. You see I'm hitting multiple enemies but I'm not killing them. But you can see all of the heals that I'm doing at the same time. I'm focusing that. I'm dodging. You don't have to dodge a lot unless you go against Abu's. See that dodge I just did? You see I'm losing a lot of SP but I'm gaining at the same time. And that's very important. I just dodged into that. Can't believe it. You see I'm not losing no AC at all. And if you watch this game on like trailers, etc., you can see they're not running efficient builds. It looks very boring. But then you see a guy in game doing like me, you'll see some very cool stuff. You see he just blocked my sword, go behind him, backstab him. You do more damage with Hugians as you backstab. I'm killing him in the air. He comes down, go to the next one. With a good team, you can finish this in like 2 minutes. Reagan X, I believe, is not that new, but hand, I've never seen this person hand before. Here's the big boys that I have to do a quest for, an order for. And I'm on the ground because of the knockback. I'm still getting SP regen on the ground. The spiders that are sticking us to the ground, gotta kill those as well. Focus the spiders if you're a melee, trust me. And there's the dog. That does a freaking ton of damage if you're level 7, but if you're not 70 and below, it won't hurt you at all. I'm gonna focus the boss because he can summon more of those wolves that you are seeing for you. You see, I'm barely dodging because he can't hit me because there's so many other allies with him. He'll focus me though. It'll show me that it'll be a blue line pointing. Now he's focusing me right now, but he's down and he's dead already. That quick. So there's the video. You can see how well I did right there. Almost an easy 20k. That's the build. I have also a tank build, so if you guys like this video, you can see my tank build next, alright? You guys have a great day. Peace!
That was a wonderful fight. At this pace, you'll be the new commander in